get ducks in a row? Can't you train them to just line up in a row or they don't get fed? Isn't that how you do it? Isn't that the mean way to do it, at the very least? The mean and quick way?
Well, we'll try to think of it as like, you know, it's a journey to get there. We're not...
What the fuck are you...
Whoa, what was that?
It's like a June bug or something. Sorry. It's a big June bug and it flapped on me and I had pictures of grasshoppers in my head. I don't like big shit that has weight landing on me without my say-so, unless it's a bird. Yeah. A bird can come perch on me anytime. All I ask is that you don't shit in my hair or beard. Yeah. Hang your ass over the edge and shit.
My point was just like, life isn't a rush.
Mine is. But my journey draweth towards the midpoint.
But the midpoint still means there's a hell of a lot left. You're midlife crisising, but you're forgetting that it means mid.
Hey, at least my midlife crisis just has us on a little double wide with a chicken coop, you know? At least I'm not going like, baby, hear me out. We need to get a Corvette. And a motorcycle. Okay, I know it sounds wild.
I know it's tempting to feel like it's running away from you, but it's not.
I know. You're right.
You're stuck on this rock for probably another 30 years at the very least.
Yeah.
Think of how much time that first 30 years of your life was.
Yeah. Oh, but all of this, you know, this is... You're right. You're absolutely right. I've just got to be patient and be smart. Because there's no... the only way for us to skip the line would be for me to strike it huge and make millions of dollars.
Or we just go in reckless and end up...
Well, you have to have enough money, and then reckless becomes aggressive investment.
Yeah. But at this point now...
No.
It's good to be slow and get the ducks...
Ducks row. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel you on that. Paul may be Oh, that's a t-shirt. I may be midlife, but I haven't lived a midlife.
There you go.
Bro, I'm stealing it.
Facebook and dad shirt.
I'm stealing it, bro. I'm stealing it, bro. That's a dad shirt. Everybody's going to get their dad this season for Dad Day. I'm stealing it, and you will not get a dime out of me, bro. You can sue me all the way over there from fucking Tanzania or whatever you're at, bro. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking with you, dumb kid. No, I am going to rip you off, though. I was joking about Tanzania. I know you're from Australia. You know how to piss off an Australian? Ask them what the weather's like in Tanzania, where they're from. For some reason, they hate the Tanzanian people. I don't know why. There's like an age-old tradition.
You know what? I think you got someone to look forward to this year with Thanksgiving. Be around people that make a lot of dad jokes.
Oh. See, I have this picture in my head. I've always wanted something like this to happen, and I know what you're gonna tell me it's never gonna happen, Paul Zico. But I'm getting older now, so I'm starting to feel like I want this. So I'm hoping at Thanksgiving we'll have a great time. The food's great, right? And what I'm hoping is that your stepdad comes up to me and he goes, Paul Zico, come with me. And I go out to the deck, and all the boys are out there, and there's cigars and cognac. Never in my life, bro.
You'd have to go to the other side of the family for that, for the cigars.
Yep. You know what the saddest thing about my life is? I'm at the point in my life where the chances of me being asked to be a best man at somebody's wedding is probably like slim to zilch, right? Um,
I don't know. You could probably be my sibling's best man, maybe.
ain't gonna happen. Your siblings will choose other best men, and I don't blame them. But listen, had one of my friends picked my wild young buck ass to be their best man, you know what? It was probably tactical that they didn't, because I would have went way over the fucking top, bro. Because I only serve once. That's always been a standing thing for me. Well, not always. I have one friend that made me make it a rule. This friend, and I love him to death, put me through hell. He asked me to be a groomsman, which is just like taking a dump on a dude's face, basically. It's like, hey dude, can I shit in your mouth? Call it an honor? Like, all right, bro. So he goes, be a groomsman, right? And it's a fucking shotgun wedding. His wife is fucking 9 months pregnant, ready to fucking burst. Like, her water might have broke like a day after the wedding or some shit. It was wild. And it's like happened to be like mid-August. It was the hottest part of the year. It's like 102 degrees, and it's an outdoor wedding, of course. And they got us standing right in the sun. And I was about to pass out, and she hadn't even gotten there yet. And the most memorable thing about the wedding to me was standing there feeling lightheaded and going like, fuck, bro, this wedding is forever. And I'd only been there for like maybe 10 minutes, like waiting. I was baking in this polyester shirt they had me in. And then it went like, right? They start playing the music, and I look down the aisle and I see her toddling. And I'm not trying to make fun, but she was at the
hella pregnant.
She was hella pregnant, but head to toe white. You know what I mean? Which, whatever, dude. I'm not trying to be a traditionalist or whatever, but she probably should have went with a peach or something. I don't know how. I'm not saying. If you're going to do the white, why not go with the flow? But anyway, that wasn't the point. Dude, they had this bitch, the runway. I didn't even realize that's what it was until I saw where she was entering from. This is a big backyard. Her runway into this wedding had to be a quarter mile. I was sweating balls looking down at the other end of this thing and listening to this music loop and watching her go. I was like, I have to have a talk with this friend after this wedding. And so, as it went, I waited until the chill time at the fucking reception and shit. And I pulled him aside and I was like, bro, I love you. Gave him a drink. Cheers, all that. And I was like, listen, I hope this sticks, bro. I really do. He's like, thanks, man. No. I was like, no. Because I am not doing another wedding with you, bro. You made me make a new rule, bro. You get one out of me, bro. That's it. So what? I was like, what? Fuck you. Have a good night. Let's cheers. Let it, what is said. Okay, let it sink in. No, dude, it was fucking 100. Oh, dude, I know it was hot, but like, it was pretty quick. I was like, quick? Bro, it wasn't quick. It was interminable, bro. You tried to kill us all, bro. But I karmically fucked up. Well, no, maybe not, because you know what, dude? The two people that got married loved it. But, bro. Okay, so this other friend of mine, right? he is getting married, his first time. So of course I'm happy to be a groomsman in his wedding. And it's right over at this little venue that I've been to other people's weddings at. And my mom, it's a nursery. It's like a plant nursery with a big, beautiful garden where people get married. And then it's got like a reception hall. They rent it out for big weddings. So I knew exactly where it was. I get this call at like 7 a.m. I was like, what? Like, dude, we're going to be pre-gaming at such and such. And I was like, dude, it's 7. They were like, yeah, dude, the wedding starts at 11. We're pre-gaming. I was like, all right. So I gathered up my tux, got in the car, you know, went in and fucking, no shit, they're already drinking. So we just start drinking. We're just like morning drinking. I don't even know why. And then I think that like, okay, well, here's the thing. I'll get buzzed, but we got hours. So it's like by 2 hours from now, I'm going to be fine at the wedding. Dude, I pull up and I forgot about my Okie ass parents. I legit forgot that I have Okies for parents because I pulled up to this fucking plant nursery. Big, beautiful place. And my parents' trailer is parked out in front of it. It's the first thing I see. And I was like, oh shit. Because I knew exactly what that meant. That trailer was loaded with alcohol, 100%. And sure enough, my stepdad, as soon as I saw him, my stepdad was like, come on, guys. We're like, what? He goes, pick your poison. And he's got like a shot and a weed pipe. And so I was like, bloop. I took a bowl. Bro, fast forward like 20 minutes later, and I was like, oh no, because people started to show up. And I'm a groomsman, so I was supposed to usher for the wedding, right? You know what that means, usher? Like, you have to help old ladies. You have to show people, like, a bride side or groom side. All right, come with me. Pick any chair here. Yeah, you're fine here. Yeah, thank you. You know, that's all I had to do. Dude, I was shambling, cross-faded. I was like, oh shit. My mom's like, what is it, baby? I'm like, Mama, I am fucked up. She's like, I'll make you some coffee. Dude, I drank coffee. It didn't even take the edge, bro. I was like still fucking wasted. So I start doing my shit, and I'm thinking in my head that I'm being polite, like I told you, like, oh yeah, where you at, bride side? But here, I know for a fact because one of the people that I had to seat, I seated like somebody's family, and they didn't, you know, nobody was looking at me weird. So I thought like, I'm passing. Dude, I turn around and the person waiting to be seated is my fucking high school drama teacher. Dude, my mentor. My drama teacher. And as soon as I turn around, she has this look on her face. This one right here. Hold on. Sorry, your shadow is...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. We're good. This is a look. I walk up and I was like, hi, Mrs. Latimer. Mr. Parkey? Bride side or groom side? I don't know. Which one is closest? Do you think you can get me to one? You know, she's just like, I'm wasted at the wedding. And so anyway, I toddled my way through that wedding somehow. I don't remember a fucking stitch of it after that. I blacked. I literally did. I was standing up there, blacked out. But there were pictures of me standing there. Dude, my face is so red, I look like a cherry tomato, dude. I got this grin on my face, like. But you know what, dude? They got married. And everybody got seated, so. Must have did something right? You know what? If you could do me a giant water, that would be fucking awesome. Thank you, baby. I'm a thirsty boy. Mr. Parkey. She never called me Mr. Parkey, bro. Only when I was pissed. I mean, I got there, and look, dude, I never heard any, because, like, the groom was shitty. The groom was fucked up. because nobody was like watching out. You know, I figured the best man would make sure the groom was all right. So I was free to be. No, he was wasted. So somehow we all got through it. Like, from what I remember, the whole groom side was stumbling, bumbling, fumbling, dumbling drunk, dude. Pretty chill wedding, though. You know, otherwise. Bro, some of the meanest, fucking craziest drinking, binging shit that I ever did was at weddings, dude. Did I ever tell you guys the tale of my mom's wedding when she married my stepdad? Bro. That fucking wedding was wild, bro. So, like, pretty normal wedding. They rented like a Shriners Hall. You guys know what the Shriners are? Anyway, whatever. It's just like a big convention hall. They rented that. They had a guy come out, bartender, the whole nine, right? So it's a hootenanny. It's a bunch of fucking crazy drunk people, right? Wedding happens and then reception. But here's the thing with my mom and a few, like, if you knew me, it was like a VIP pass or whatever the fuck, right? Like, you were getting to go to the after party at my mom's pad, which was always the chillest pad to party at. Pool, hot tub, the whole fucking nine. Pool table. It was stocked up with alcohol, so it was always chill as fuck. So, like, that party happens, and then the cool kids get to go to the after party. I'm already shitty by the time I get there. You know, I didn't drive, thankfully, but by the time I get there, I'm fucked up. And my cousins are there. And my cousins are just, you know what, dude? I love them, bro. I miss them a lot. I really do. I wish that, you know, like, things had turned out different for them. Like, one of them is fine. One of them has a family and stuff, you know, and I'm glad that they're not, like, fucking crazy. At least to my knowledge, like he was. But one of them is just fucking off the deep end, bro. But anyway, cousins are there. They're waving me over immediately as soon as I arrive. Tequila! Boom, 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 boom. I don't know how many shots I did on top of what I'd already drunk. And, you know, it's my mom's fucking wedding reception. You know, and so I don't want to get that shit. So anyway, I was like, okay. So I remember I toddled out to the back. It's the only time I've been so drunk that I literally felt like, you know how they show it in the movies where everything's like, everything's got like trails and shit. I was like, oh fuck. Bruh. So I sat down out in the back and somebody was like, hey Paul, how you doing, buddy? And I just knew I was gonna puke, bro. My puke alarm was like T-minus 25 seconds and counting. And I was like, bro, I gotta go. I got up, right? I knew that my mom's sliding glass door led to her bathroom, which I knew wouldn't have anybody in it. So I you know, it's my mom's house. I know where everything is. Go through there. I just opened the shower, bro. This is from experience. Open the because like you try and aim for the when you know it's coming. You try and aim for the toilet, bro. You got to get down on your knees and fuck that, dude. I just opened the shower. And so anyway, like I just strip off my clothes in between heaves, and I get in there, and I turn the shower on. This is a trick that I used to do back when I would binge too much. Usually before I puked, I would do this. It was a way for me to like chill out. I'd turn on the shower, get it nice and like warm or maybe even slightly steamy. Sit in the shower, let it sprinkle on my head, and just kind of like meditate in there, right? So I'm doing that. And I don't know how long I was in there. People said that I wasn't seen for over 45 minutes, and people were starting to get worried because I just left the light off. You've seen how I do sometimes. Like, I'll go take a whole ass shower in the dark. Like, I just don't care. My eyes are closed most of the time when I'm in there anyway. But anyway, I was down in that. My mom found me, and she's like, oh, you're all right? And she said that, like, I don't remember this part. But she said, I looked up at her and went like, yeah, and then I looked down and just puked down the front of myself. And so they like hosed me off, got me into the bed, and then I don't know why, but you know, my girlfriend was frisky. She told me she wanted me to go downtown So I got down there, and her pussy was too comfortable, bro. I just fell asleep on it. I legit never happened one time other than that in my life. But I just like, I was down there, you know, and I like laid my head up on it, and it was, I was out, bro.
That's what she gets for taking advantage of you when you were compromised, man.
Well, I mean, whatever. We were in a fucking. I guess it's no excuse, but you know, I didn't feel that I was compromised in that way. Like my consent notwithstanding. But yeah, it was probably a bad idea. I mean, she saw the state I was in. Dude, it was whatever, bro. I just got comfortable. I pulled up a pussy and took a little nap.
This is apropos of nothing, but this is funny.
The male loneliness epidemic isn't surprising. In nature's males have bright colors and funky dances to attract females. Case in point. You ever met a juggalo who was single? I didn't say good looking. I said single. Yeah. No, that's true. That's a good point. Every last one of those motherfuckers has got a juggalette or 2 or 10 running around. It's got to be one of the best fandoms for that, I have to imagine. Although, I have to imagine that there are certain parts of it that are also just like sausage fiesta. Jugga-lugga-lugga-lugga-lo. Anyway, I guess now there's enough people here. I'll address these Grimace allegations. Hold on. Let me get in sympathy mode. Sorry. I have to be sympathetic. Whew. Let me just take that again. And 3, 2. All right, everybody. You know, never thought I'd have to make a video like this, but here we are. My dudes and my dudettes, here we are. Want to address the allegations stemming from an accidental leak today during our Onion Nuggets show, okay? I was showing a Velma cosplayer, and I thought I had just shared, you know, the app window, but I'd shared my whole screen, and for a brief moment, a folder with some images of the McDonald's character Grimace were briefly visible. I would like to say that, number one, I accidentally downloaded a lot of that stuff while I was gooning, okay? So you're not exactly thinking the clearest. I didn't mean to save it, okay? Number two, I didn't even know some of those were Grimaces. I legitimately thought that some of those were just a big purple bitch. Okay? So it isn't even what it looks like, okay? And number three, I want to be the Grimace. Okay? That's 3. Okay, I want to be the Grimace. Okay? You know what I mean? A couple of the Grimaces were drawn in a style that I would say is chibi. I thought, personally, that they were purple goblin short stacks. Oh, please give us your purple shake. Dude, can we not? Okay. All right, guys. Like, I've heard that this is gonna, like, probably blow up pretty big, okay? And I just want to get out ahead of it, you know, because you guys are gonna hear some wild shit in the next week or two, okay? Because there was a lot of other parts. Like, it's just like people haven't even really looked at every one of the photos yet, you know what I mean? And there's some stuff in there that you guys are probably going to look at immediately and go like, oh, but listen, accidentally, okay? Keep that in your mind. The Polygations, bro. You know, I didn't want to let the internet cancel squad get on top of this, okay? Okay. Yeah, you accidentally download. What, bro? Homie, this is a whole joke. Can I bring Young King into the fold real quick? Young King, bro. I know you're the fucking hardest pedo hunter on the planet, bro. But this is a joke. I'm making... No. Unban him, Doom Kid, because I want him to know what's up, dude. Bro, this is a whole joke on my podcast. I'm making fun of a dude that accidentally revealed suspect shit like that, and then blah blah blah. Okay, bro? So stop with the fucking... Dude, you ain't need to fucking go that deep with it, bro. I know, dude. There's one guy in chat. Yeah, bro. He's the only one that's not in on it. Homeboy. You just saw allegations and you got boned up for it, bro. Maybe just calm down. Did I look serious at any point in that? I guess if you just popped in, but did you hear what I was talking about, bro? Grimace? The big purple fucking idiot from McDonald's? Bro, were you listening? Or did you just hear allegations, bro? It's odd how, like, it's like a Pavlovian response.
Yeah.
It's wild. Just pooped in. I mean, you pooped, that's for sure. What the fuck is going on? I don't know, bro. You tell me. Doom 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 doom. What?
All right, goober.
Goober?
Gooner.
Gooner? Bro. Bro was ready to box me down over Grimace. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite. I just might stop to check you out. Dude, I've been on a loop for a while. Well, I mean, you know, not everybody knows what a Vish is, okay? And you know what? I really ought to not talk about him so that I don't spread the virus, but I can't help it every once in a while. I did say in the shadow of the horse tax folder incident that I don't think he should be canceled for it, but I did also say that I would make fun of him till the end of time for it. And I meant that. You never live that down in the culture that I'm from. That is something like if you caught one of your friends gooning to horse porn, lolly porn, it would be held over that person you would probably come up with a whole nickname based around it. Yeah, I definitely don't want the youth that cruise through here to just hear the word Vish, dude. Voosh V? No, it's Roosh V, dude. It's Roosh V, not Voosh V. Damn it. Maybe the V in Roosh V was Vosh. Oh shit, dude. A Voosh burger with extra fucking cheese, bro. I don't even know, bro. Oh yeah, dude. Roosh V was really like, you know who he was? He was the first Andrew Tate. He was the Andrew Tate before Andrew Tate. He was that hyper masculine pickup artist. Women are just commodities to be manipulated and traded between people, and never get married, never let a bitch tie you down with, you know, like he was just like, he was literally like, I bet Andrew Tate knows who Roosh V is. Let's just put it that way. I bet when Tate was a little Tatelet, when he was a little Tateling, I bet he watched Roosh V. I bet he knows, dude. You're fucking with the goddamn stallion, man. You're fucking with the stallion, man. Dude, you know who else? When you bring up Roosh V from the past, you know who else I think about from time to time? Because I actually thought he was kind of funny, even though he's kind of retarded. Was Atheist Rue. Remember Atheist Rue?
Yeah.
Or what's his real name? Because he started going by his real name at some point.
Devin something?
Devin Tracy. Yeah. Is he still doing shit? Or what? Is the Atheist Rue still in operation? Is he? Oh, that's pitiful. Nice try. Oh, it's too easy to destroy you. So I don't do it. It's beneath me, actually, to destroy you. Yeah, Devin Tracy. That was his name. Or that was his moniker, anyway. I don't know if that's actually his real fucking name. Sounds like a fake name. It sounds like the name of, like, a detective in a smut novel written for 40-year-old women. Detective Devin Tracy is on the case, but he gets more than he bargains for when a beautiful woman walks in late at night. Of all the offices and all the towns in this city, you had to walk into mine. Yeah, dude. I actually liked going back and forth to Devin Tracy. I think he had his tongue like partially planted in his cheek, but that meltdown he had over Hillary was like embarrassing as fuck, bro. I remember he's just like banning people out of his chat that weren't jumping on the Hillary train. You just like presaged the people now that just need uniformity, or you can't be on the left, right? You can't be a leftist that also doesn't support Kamala Harris and isn't going to carry water for the Harris administration while it commits genocide and widens a war in the fucking Middle East. I was talking to TJ a little bit about it on the show tonight. It's like how, like, that's what I lament the most is like there was super strong anti-war energy from my generation on the left. But it made sense. I mean, the giant fucking Iraqi invasion, the Afghani invasion, you know, and all of us when we were kids had lived through Desert Storm, the Kuwaiti invasion. So, yeah. So, like, that anti-war sentiment is dead, bro. Most of the sentiment on the left is, well, just suck it up. They're both warmongers, but one's a worse one. It's like, oh, fuck that. That's not a choice in my book. Warmonger or theoretically worse warmonger, don't do it for me. Sorry. What am I voting for? No, you know what it is, Doom Kid, and this is the God's honest truth. I've thought about it. Why doesn't the left think about war, or at least a good segment of the online left? Let's point the criticism where it's at. Why don't they think about war anymore? The answer is it's been too long since they were scooped up and sent into one. Too many like limited engagements, small amounts of troops on the ground. It's been over 20 years since America really mobilized for a good old-fashioned ground slog, and there were thousands of flag-draped coffins being mailed home. And it'll take that for these people to fucking get it again, and it's sad. It's sad. That's sad to me, but that's what it took for me. That's what it took for me. That's probably what it'll take for you. It's not even about desensitized. It just hasn't been real for a long time. I'm not going to get sent into the war. People I know aren't going to die in some war. That's retarded. It just hasn't been a thing for a long time for most people. 20 years. There was this big controversy because the media would cover every time a certain, because the Army and Navy and Marines have certain decorum for people that are killed in war, American war dead, right? They are brought home in coffins in a very ceremonial fashion. And the media used to film every last one of them, and it was a procession of coffins. And when you visualize it from that level, when it's a coffin, you know in that coffin is a 20-something person that never got to start their life, that went and died, right? It starts to really hit home. And so here's how in lockstep the media was around this time with the Bush administration. The Bush administration literally just told the media, like, we're not gonna allow you to film this anymore. So they just basically like denied the media access to the unloading of these coffins and started releasing updated numbers. That's why you don't see that shit happen. When's the last time you saw a flag-draped coffin brought home, not in a movie? American service people have died. I think 74 died under Biden's administration or some shit like that. 74 people died in the line of duty. When's the last time you saw a coffin brought home? They don't show it to you because they don't want you to visualize. They want you to look at a number and go like, oh, 3,000. That's not bad. They don't want you to count for yourself coffins being offloaded on a cargo plane once a month, which is how they were brought home, by the way, on a big giant cargo plane. The lack of awareness as we seemingly tumble closer and closer to war on a number of fronts, because think about it, guys. I'm not trying to get you all doomered out right now because I really don't want to myself. But like, honestly, this shit in the Middle East with Israel stirring the fucking pot, this shit in fucking Eastern Europe with Ukraine and its neighbors stirring the fucking pot and Russia stirring the fucking pot and our dick right in the middle of that too. And then China being ascendant and Taiwan getting ready to blow up. And there's no fucking class awareness for the children that are going to be sent to fight those wars. Everybody's just so used to drone strike this, drone strike that. They're going to need your boots to secure fucking Taiwan if China invades it. You better believe your ass is going to be on the front line of that. And is that what it's going to take for you to care? Thousands of war dead being brought home in a plane for you to fucking wake up to not vote for a fucking warmonger? To never allow the DNC to push one of these people, to not spend your time shaming principled anti-war voters, and instead spend your time fucking pressuring them to pick a better candidate or move their candidate left? It's just childish shit. If it was recorded by yeah, I mean, they still allow families to be there to witness it. They'd still do all the pomp and circumstance and ceremony for the families. They just don't let media. So I don't think there's any law against you going to a family member or a friend's funeral and filming their fucking coffin being offloaded and shit. Like, they usually invite just the direct family to shit like that, a coffin being offloaded. But then, like, the actual fucking burial ceremony, that's, you know, they got no fucking control over who records or doesn't there. That's the family that gets to decide that, honestly, in my opinion. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Nice to see everyone in here. Oh, okay, buddy. Do I know you, Mr. Tahoe? I do like Tahoe. Tahoe is pretty. I used to go to Tahoe a lot with my friend Sarah's family. Her family went there a lot because it's a pretty short drive from here to Tahoe. And it's really pretty there. It's not hot like it is scorching hot in fucking Vegas or Reno. Tahoe's kind of like up in the mountains, pretty, right on a lake called Lake Tahoe that is one of the biggest freshwater lakes, I think, in well, it's borders. Half of it's on the border with California. So half of Lake Tahoe is California, and then the other half is Nevada. And on the Nevada side, you've got, you know, like a miniature selection of the types of casinos you would find in Las Vegas. Talking like Harrah's and, you know, the MGM and this, that, right? All right, Mr. Tahoe gotta go. That's a bot, bro. That's a bot. That's bot behavior if ever I smelt bot behavior right there, bro. That's a robot. Bleep, bloop, bleep, 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 bleep. Hey, dude, then you need to get off the fucking Addies, bro. That was crazy. Made me want to turn on slow mode for the first time tonight. The fuck, bro. Spitting facts. Yup. Yes, sir. Yup. It's just like, holy fuck, bro. Wait a minute. Calm the fuck down, man. Mr. Tahoe, bro. What the fuck, bro? Cheer up, Sweepy D. Oh, what can it be?
You look so much better without all of my boogies.
Oh, it was very good, boy, of you to let Mom get them boogers.
They were getting pretty bad.
Yeah, you get crustied up on them because you just got such big bug eyes. It's that Shih Tzu eyeball. Your eyes are a little too big for your school. Huh. What do you think? You want to let the people say hello to you, Mr. Handsome Boy? Mr. Handsome Boy. Mr. Handsome Butt. Let me scratch your butt. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Give you butt spanks, butt scritches. Here we go. Let me get you back. Let me get you back. Let me get you back. Okay, now we're going to get your shoulders. Now, what's your favorite one? This is your favorite one. Right there. He loves the chest rubs. Thank you for the smooches. Thank you for the smooches. Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. Just got back from the Substance batshit horror movie. Great. Yeah, you ain't kidding, bro. Batshit doesn't even begin, dude. Like, I straight up hope that TJ... Well, I know fucking Scotty ain't gonna go see it now. But I hope TJ... Knowing TJ, he won't. The only reason... Like, Scotty's got to be there to scoop TJ up. I'm gonna have to tell Chelsea. I know Chelsea likes that Cronenberg shit. She gotta drag him over there, bro. I'm not joking. That is a movie you want to see. I think we should book it again, babe.
Yeah.
I kind of want to. Would you go see it again with me?
Sure. I don't know if we want to do all the same pomp and circumstance. Maybe we don't need to do the whole lunch and...
No, we'll just go see it.
Yeah.
We'll do a matinee tomorrow. What do we got going on tomorrow?
Let's see.
Because I'm pretty sure it's nada and goddamn thing. Or wait, we supposed to have a meeting tomorrow?
No, that was supposed to be Thursday.
Okay, well that's probably not going to happen now, I would imagine.
So yeah, there's nothing on the docket. I was gonna maybe have you do a patron's ideology tomorrow, but it's not announced or anything.
I could still do that late. But I kind of want to go see, dude, I haven't wanted to go see a movie. Well, I guess I wanted to go see Dune 2 again, maybe, but I never got there. But this one, dude, just on sound design alone, I kind of want to see this movie again. But cinematography, I want to see it again. Like, I want to go in there and I just, because I know it's not going to be in theaters long. So, we should just...
Well, it's got a bunch of showings still.
I'm just saying, though.
Same times as...
Yeah, all right. Well, let's just go at the same time, then. That was a good time to go on a weekday. You want to?
Sure. Well, I'll touch base again in the morning, just in case.
Okay. See, because I want to do
I
it.
don't think it's going to sell out between now and the morning, so we'll just touch base again in the morning.
Yeah, it's called The Substance. Yeah. And it's not turning good box office because, in my opinion, they did a horrible job promoting this.
Well, it's like they tried doing the talk show circuit, but because they got to be so PC on the talk show, they couldn't, like, actually talk about it.
Well, not only that, but, like, dude, my mom is watching talk shows. Like, the people you want to show up and show out for a movie aren't watching talk shows.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Well, I think the issue is, like...
There was no
Demi Moore hasn't really done a movie like this before, so I don't think she knows how to push it.
There was zero internet presence on this.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of subreddits for horror shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Twitter, and I follow a lot of horror guys. Dude, not one mention, not one, hey, check out this trailer, this looks crazy. Dude, this is a horror film, and we're talking about, like, a gory body horror film that placed at Cannes. That doesn't happen. Usually Cannes snubs horror film. Like snubs horror films.
I feel like they were pushing it like they would a normal Demi Moore movie.
It is not. Well, see, but they're smart.
Yeah.
Because they were pushing it like they were trying to keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
But see, like, the cat's out of the bag for the few of us that have gone to see this fucking film.
Yeah.
But I think, well, anyway, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but I think maybe we try out this fucking, you can go as many times as you want thing, and we just try and start seeing some movies in the theater. You know what I mean? We'll start sneaking in snacks too, because fuck paying $20 for a bucket of popcorn every time, you know? Check it out and 100% see it in the theater. And if you're in a place that's playing it in IMAX, catch that. They don't have it in IMAX where I'm at, or at least I couldn't. I didn't look at the other IMAX theater, the other two that I know of around, but the main IMAX theater here has a lot of IMAXs. But dude, seeing that in IMAX would be a wild
I don't think it was
experience.
filmed for IMAX at all.
Even if it's, I'm just talking about for the fucking upgraded Dolby
sound.
shit. Yeah.
I don't know if they even have the capability of doing it if it's not filmed for IMAX.
No, they do.
Yeah.
They just probably prefer movies that are shot for it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've seen
I don't
movies.
think they'd open it up for them.
We watched a non-IMAX movie in IMAX one time. I think the first time, I'm trying to remember what it was we saw, but it was like letterboxed on the IMAX screen. The sound was great, but
I don't remember.
well, even if you do have one near you, I doubt that they're giving a slot to the Substance. It is not flipping box office right now, dude. When did it came out? Like a few days ago. There were like 5 people in the theater, 6.
Like it came out like the 20th or something.
Yeah, it's just bad, and there was no buzz about this movie somehow. It's wild. Just absolutely fucking wild, bro. There's one in Memphis that's showing it. Oh shit, an IMAX? Phoebes, go. If you can catch it in IMAX, go. You know what? We should check and see if like the other because I think there's an IMAX at the Sierra Vista Cinema or whatever the fuck. Pretty sure there's one there. Oh, Phoebes, you got to catch it before it's. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Well, I don't know how. Like, it's a different. It's body horror, so it's a different kind of spooky. It's a more moody spooky, and then with bursts of really goriness, but really like specific goriness. So it's very gory film, very hypersexual film as well.
I just see standard.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to peek at it and see. It'd be cool to catch it in IMAX just for this. But dude, just with that theater sound, it was great. It was super. It's just a super good movie. Sounds like a really fun date, especially because they're in the spooky mood. Boo! We getting spooky. Yeah, we've been watching some spookers lately. A couple of them.
We watched The Thing.
The Thing, yeah. And then we watched that. I keep wanting to call it Annabelle. Abigail, thank you. That was pretty good. That was unexpectedly a good horror flick. What was that A24 one that we saw?
Well, we saw Midsummer in theaters, but that was one we'd already seen.
No, we just saw a poster for an upcoming A24, and I can't remember. Heretic. Yeah. I bet that's gonna be dope. When is that coming out? It's gotta be soon. November. Oh, so a ways. Poopy. Poopy.
I like to Knock on the Cabin. That was a good return to form for
Shamalama Ding Dong. Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite though.
No, it wasn't his greatest movie. I mean, but it was a competent movie. It was watchable. I liked it all the way through. I thought the casting was well done. I thought it presented an interesting conundrum or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that Nosferatu remake, because that's a Robert Eggers, right, is doing that. That's going to be fucking huge, bro. And I think They got Bill Skarsgård to play the Nosferatu, which I think that's a great choice. Bill Skarsgård is amazing. So you can bet it's going to be a visual feast. I'm telling you, you could do way worse than watching in prep for that if you have never seen the Werner Herzog Nosferatu. It's worth it. Defoe is back. Yeah, I saw the like teaser trailer for it. I don't know how much I want to spoil myself, but that's definitely a theater experience right there. I'm a huge Nosferatu nerd. Love the original. Love Shadow of the Vampire, which was amazing. I just absolutely like love the Werner Herzog Nosferatu with Klaus Kinski. I love it all, man.
It might be fun to like just go over like everything so far in the 2020s.
What do you mean?
Like that's come out since 2020.
Oh, all the big shit.
Like all your favorite movies of like 2020.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to really like sit and rack my brain, you know.
Yeah. Like of the new ones that came out.
Yeah.
2020 on.
Because I think Joker happened during the pandemic, so that was 2020 for sure.
I don't think it was. I think it was 2019.
Was it?
Yeah. Either that or super early 2020.
Oh, it would count though. But I'd have to think from around that time forward anyway. Midsummer has come out in there. Really liked that. That was a pandemic movie, I remember for sure.
Well, it was 2019, so no.
Fuck, then. Okay, so Dune and Dune 2 are both 2020 on. Really liked Nightmare Alley. That was a really good movie. I've watched it multiple times. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I know that was 2020 on. Liked Eyes of Tammy Faye. That one blew my dick in the dirt. I was just like bowled over by that movie. It was just like brilliant character acting by both the leads in that movie. So that one was great. Let's think. Yeah, I mean we've named
Renfield.
Renfield was fun. That was a good little like change of pace kind of movie. It was nice to see a comedy. Yeah, like, you know, comedy's been dead for a while, so it was a horror comedy kind of film. It was good. I liked it. I thought it was competently made. I'm trying to think.
I know you liked Uncut Gems. I didn't like Uncut Gems. That was 2019 though.
Yeah, so that wouldn't even count, but I did like that movie. You were not a fan.
That Elvis one was pretty good. It just needed like the Baz Luhrmann-esqueness of it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give it. I wouldn't put it on my fucking top 10 list probably yet, but maybe. I don't know. It's a good movie, but it wasn't. That central performance is great, and it's got some moments in it that are really good. I don't know. Let me do some stretches here and pick my brain here a little bit.
I'm trying to find a good list.
Was that Moonfall?
Oh, let's see when that one was. Like, just to add a fun one in. Yeah, it was 2022.
Alright, dude, you can't tell me we didn't have fun watching.
Yeah, it wasn't a great movie, but it was a fun movie.
Yeah, it was a dumbass movie. But it was fun.
Yeah. That one got shit canned.
Oh, yeah, of course it did. Nobody has fun. Those types of big spectacle movies don't do well anymore.
Well, if it's not part of a franchise, that's what killed it. It was part of a big franchise.
Yeah.
It was a
I liked
standalone.
Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. It was a fun watch.
trying to find a list. There we go. Okay. Alright. Swallow was a 2020 movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a fun flick.
I don't know about fun, but...
Well, I mean, relative to the topic, of course. But
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah. Swallow was pretty good. You learned what an abortion pill was because of that movie.
Or how they worked, I guess. Yeah. Haven't seen Pig, no. Or The Whale.
I don't know, it's just like, you saw his fat face, and that was like the only frame they showed of the entire movie in promotional materials.
What?
Like for The Whale.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
the same picture of his face.
Yeah, no, I gotta be honest with you guys, bro.
It just didn't sound like a good time.
I feel like The Whale might hit too close to home for me, dude. I think it might hit too close to home, bro. I've never been as big as the dude in The Whale, but I just don't know if I want to sit in that soup for 2 hours. I gotta live it. I'll probably check it out eventually, but I don't know, man. That's why I want to, start trying to see movies more, because I would have completely slept on this movie. I never would have even known it came through. I don't know why they didn't push this one closer to Halloween and try and, they would have had to reveal too much about it, maybe.
Yeah. I think it just suffered from, like, Demi Moore being the star, but she'd never done a movie like that before, so she didn't really know how to.
I gotta be honest with you, here's another thing that suffers. You remember I had to look at you and go, is that Demi Moore? Yeah. She's had so much plastic surgery that I didn't recognize her as Demi Moore. Yeah. Immediately. It took a minute or two into the movie, which basically just starts right in her face and never, I was like, remember I tapped you and I was like, oh, Demi Moore. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. She's had so much plastic surgery, she almost doesn't even look like the same person, bro. But it's a fantastic performance and it really fits. It's fitting that she looks that way for the sake of this movie. But I don't know. I don't want to reveal anything about it until it's been once it's out of theaters and it's out on VOD and shit. I'll probably talk about it, but it's just like one of those ones. It's like, I was thinking about it, like if I was actively running Cinema for Cynics right now, I would be struggling to figure out how do I make a video about this fucking movie without just being spoiler bait for people, because like I usually don't give a fuck about spoilers, especially if it's just like a movie that isn't heavily like experiential. Like this movie, the less you know about it, the better. I knew exactly zip about it going in, and I was all the better for it, The Substance. Yeah. David Cronenberg, Stanley Kubrick, thrown in a blender. Wild fucking film, bro. Just like cinematography was so different. Not different, but like reminiscent of The Shining and 2001 and certain scenes in fucking Barry Lyndon. And I mean, it was just fucking the reductive power of the close-up, man. It is a movie that is so claustrophobically presented. It's almost a chamber film within itself. It's like the different set pieces become these claustrophobic parts of her life.
There's like 3 different set pieces, really. And then there's not much that happens in between those 3 set pieces.
Yeah. I will tell you, like, not spoiling anything, that Dennis Quaid is in it. I think he did some superhero shit, but he is so fucking good in this. I don't know what he did recently. I think he was in some superhero shit. But, like, in this movie, he was... Who was supposed to be cast in that?
It was supposed to be Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta, but he croaked.
Yeah.
Fuck. Ray would have been great in that role, too, but... Fucking... Dennis Quaid just shines. I mean, well, not shines, but whatever. It's fucking great.
He fits.
You say something with Red Dead voice? What's Red Dead voice? Way out west, there was a man that lived by the gun and died by the gun. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Yeah, it's funny that he's in that dog shit Reagan movie. And this, well, whatever. Like I said, I love Dennis Quaid. I'm a Dennis Quaid apologist, bro. If you don't like Dennis Quaid, I think you can probably just go jump off a pier, because I don't care. I like him. He's nostalgic for me because he was an 80s movie hunk, but with a different edge to him. He was like more trollish than the average movie hunk. He had a more like wicked grin about him. You know what I mean? Than your average stoic 80s movie hunk guy. He was good, man. Inner Space, forever goated. He led that movie with Martin Short. That's a great fucking, Dennis Quaid is, no, fuck you, man. He ain't mid, bro.
Well, whatever. If you don't like Dennis Quaid, you'll still like the role.
I just want to punch that guy in the face, bro. You said Dennis Quaid is mid. No, bro. Dennis Quaid is dope. You look like my plug. Cool. Haha. I'm not your plug, though, so don't talk to me like a bitch. I like Dennis Farley. Sorry, Dennis Farley. The fuck, bro? I liked Dennis and Enemy Mine. That's another great movie, dude. Nobody ever talks about Enemy Mine. We gotta watch Enemy Mine together. Have we watched it?
I can't place it.
Yeah, you would remember it if you'd seen it. It's a fucking totally memorable movie. Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid in a kind of like sci-fi horror romance movie. I don't even know how to put it. It is a wild movie. I'll tell you that much.
Would you put the Many Saints of Newark up there for your 2020s movies or no?
Can I be real with you about Many Saints after watching it twice? Yeah. It didn't hit.
No?
No. It didn't hit for me the way I wanted it to hit. I understand that they wanted to do something different while still remaining in that wheelhouse and stuff. I wanted way more Tony.
Yeah.
Because I thought that the few scenes that Gandolfini's son was in were really compelling.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did a really good job of embodying his father in that role as a younger man, right? I wanted more of that, and it was way too focused on the fucking Moltisantes,
Yeah.
which is fine. It was a good movie. It's not bad, but it just didn't hit the way I wanted it to hit,
You
bro.
wanted
Yeah.
Tony. You didn't want.
I wanted it to be centered around Tony. And instead, Tony was like a side character in it, which sucked. But yeah, he had Tony's mannerisms down. They kind of sold it with the trailer as like, this is Tony's arc. But really, Tony's just like I said, he's a side character to Nicky Moltisanti or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, nah. Pedantic pedestrian podcast ripoff. What? Get this duty smoocher out of here, bro. I want him gone. Nuke him from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. And kill anything else that looks like him. It's the kind of motherfucker that wears his fucking tidy whities backwards on purpose. You know what I mean? What, dude? I know a duty smoocher when I see one, bro. This guy's into German porn. Let's just put it that way. I'm not trying to kink shame. You're into what you're into, bro. They don't make movies like they used to. Nah, you're just a boomer, bro. You just have to look harder. Let me tell you the truth about movies right now, and this is the hard fucking truth. There's never been a better time in the history of mankind to be a fan of films or to want to make your own movies. There is more. You are so have a glut for choice that has never existed in the history of human beings when it comes to films. So many indie films, so many under the radar movies like fucking The Substance that we're talking about that are just going to come in and out of the theaters for a week or two and be gone. Right? And nobody's going to talk about them, and then they're going to be like hidden gems 20 years from now. It's going to be fucked up. Right? Because nobody's looking. You got to work harder to find good movies. See, Hollywood used to have a different game. It used to run a different game, right?
It used to concentrate.
Hollywood used to have a sniper rifle. Think about it this way. And it would fucking line up that shot. And because it didn't want to fucking have a flop. But somewhere along the line, Hollywood figured out, here's the way we can make even more money. Now that we have all these billions, instead of this sniper rifle, let's get a shotgun. So now they just...
birdshot.
Right, they load up a double-barreled 12 gauge, and they shoot it at the wall, and they see which one of those fucking 10,000 pellets hits. Right? Yeah, I hate that don't make movies like they used to shit. I think that's boomer shit. It hits the same way as like, music sucks now. It's like, okay.
But yeah, it's like we didn't see a trailer for that Substance movie the other times we went to the movies. We just saw trailers for all the remakes.
Nope. Yeah, 100% remakes and sequels.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a trailer that wasn't a remake or a sequel.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's what they invest their money in, is what they think is a proven return on investment.
Yeah.
Part of a franchise, part of a fucking...
Yep. Well, I mean, they want proven, like, because if they're going to make a shitty show, they want to prove that people are going to show up to it. Mm-hmm. So they want something with a fan base attached to it. So some comic book thing. Like, the comic books have been the dominant film medium. Mm-hmm. Comic book action films have been the dominant film medium now for 30 years. Think about that shit. That's wild. Well, maybe not 30. 25? Mm-hmm. Fucking wild.
And like with the Barbenheimer shit that was happening, those are both safe movies ultimately.
Yeah.
Like every girl had a Barbie, and fucking every guy knows about World War II.
Yeah. Well, think about the movies that were pitched during Oscar season, right? Killers of the Flower Moon.
It was just a slog.
Interminable slog of a film. Had some good performances in it, but who the fuck wants to sit through it?
Because fucking Leonardo DiCaprio was sniffing his butthole too much. It's like, you know what? I want to play the dork.
Yeah, instead of playing the character he was gonna fucking play, he changed the whole role.
Which changed the whole script.
Changed the whole script around him, and it sucked. It was just fucking a booty sniffing role, so it sucked. And then fucking
that Napoleon wasn't great.
They were Oscar baiting the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
That movie was just, like I said, it had its moments and stuff, but it definitely was not the kind of movie they presented it as.
Well, it's like, I know you don't love Baz Luhrmann, but I'd say that his portrayal of that era is probably my favorite of France. The Marie Antoinette movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no, I like that. Well, is that a Baz Luhrmann movie?
Is it? I thought it was.
No, Marie Antoinette is, what's her name? It's Sofia Coppola.
Oh, okay.
I think. Am I wrong? You're talking
about the 2006 one.
Oh. That's a different one than I'm thinking
That
of.
is Sofia Coppola.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah. That's the one with Kirsten Dunst, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sofia Coppola.
It had a lot of Baz Luhrmann element-ish.
It has that, I could see why you thought it was a Baz Luhrmann. It has that opulent, Baroque energy. Yeah, Napoleon was just kind of like, meh. Another one felt overlong. I was starting to tap my foot about like halfway through the movie. Mm-hmm. Just felt like it just went on.
Killers of the Flower Moon, I felt like I was tapping my foot an hour in.
Yeah, I just kept waiting. I felt like with Killers of the Flower Moon, the movie got into like second gear, and I was waiting for it to go into third and fourth and fifth and finish up, and it just stayed in second gear. Yeah. It was just a second gear movie. And they made it 3 hours and change long, and it was just like... Yeah, Gladiator 2 looks like dog shit. There's some, I think it's called Monster Party movie coming out that's like, spooky movie for kids! Now with 10% more Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or whatever the fuck it is. I saw that being posted all over. It's just like, you got to really dig, man. You got to take a chance on movies you've never heard of and filmmakers you're not familiar with. Because if you go to the studios for the shit that they pimp, you got to like maybe 50-50 chance of getting like a really great movie that's maybe a little overproduced, or like just another goddamn MCU dog shit.
Do you feel like there's certain favorites of yours that have just fallen too deep into their own ass at a certain point?
There are movies that it's hard to recommend to people because they were just turned into memes.
Yeah.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Like that movie, I loved that movie when it came out, but hearing people run it through the middle of their opinion for 20 plus years.
Same with The Matrix. The Matrix got ruined by its pop culture references.
It was over-analyzed.
Yeah.
And see, this goes to show you the difference, though. No movies are more overanalyzed than Kubrick films, but they still stand up. Yeah. They stand up to that pressure. That's why I put him on a different level than the Wachowski sisters, right? Even though they made probably one of the most culturally iconic films of all time. It just doesn't hit the same. You can't, it doesn't hold up to that constant memery that comes around it, Well, I mean, like...
You're saying that Kubrick has more facets.
Yeah, I'm saying that his art is higher on every level, probably, than them. They're wonderful filmmakers, but he is elevated above them in every conceivable way. Choosing script, cinematography, lighting, sound design, casting, working with actors, the whole total package, the final edit. He had his fucking grubby paws in every part of that. And it shows. It's just like you take something, it's like a video game. You play one of those games that they spent $1 billion to make, right? And it's like it is just dripping with polish. It's like the Wukong game. Wukong game is just blinged out, dripping with 100% polish, and that's how Kubrick made movies. He didn't release a half-assed film ever. Every movie he had, every aspect of it that he could touch was polished to a mirror shine. And that's what makes him a genius. That's where his genius lies, is in his perfectionism and his dedication to his vision above all else. He was not a guy that let you rewrite his shit. He went through that. He was not a guy that let you force him to work with an actor. He went through that. He decided. Kirk Douglas taught him what it was like to have to be forced to work with an actor. Does Path to Glory. Kirk Douglas treats it like a fucking cum rag. He's brought this total like jock energy to the set. Was a total prima donna. He liked working with Kubrick because Kubrick was nice to him, I guess, probably. He had no choice to be. And so he puts in the good word, gets Kubrick Spartacus. Kubrick does Spartacus. Once again, giant movie, and they throw this giant budget, but is it his movie? No. Is it his script? No. Is it his vision? Is it his screenplay? No, no, and no. This is a Kirk Douglas big old Hollywood vehicle for an old Hollywood star, one last hurrah, right? And Kubrick felt incredibly cucked by that. But the status that he gained from doing those films bought him the right to do Clockwork Orange, and he had to fight every way for that. His, Great Britain banned it. They tried to edit it and shit here in America. He had to fight for a non-X rating on it, as is. Right? So he was opposed at every turn by the people that are supposed to make the good decisions with the money. And it was only after that point in his career that he earned this kind of like, all right, Mr. Kubrick's, get him what he wants. Whatever he says goes. But he had to earn that. He had to drag his ass through it. My favorite Kubrick movie shifts around. It's so fucking mutable because there's so many of them. Like, it used to be Clockwork Orange, and that's a really stereotypical one, but that's the first Kubrick movie that really resonated with me. Then for a long time, I would say Full Metal Jacket. For a long time, I would say The Shining. I think it might be all of those. I think plus Barry Lyndon. You know what I mean?
Not 2001 though.
2001 is just hard.
Too dreamlike.
Yeah, it's too dreamy for me, and it's long, and it's beautiful, but it's such a technical marvel, and that's really all it has going for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't immerse yourself in it at the same way.
Not in the same way that I can his more intimate character study films. Yeah. This like big ideas, big things kind of movie. I mean, there are certain sequences of 2001 I could watch over and over again. Like the whole sequence when, Hal goes insane. Yeah. Like that whole thing is cool.
Like a through line, and it felt like there wasn't a through line.
There was a through line, it just wasn't a human through line.
Yeah.
Or it was too human. It was too all-encompassing. Yeah. He was trying to tell like the story of humanity. Yeah. Within the confines of this really high-end sci-fi experience. with tinges of psychedelia and shit from the 60s and early 70s, just all kind of like whipped up into a frenzy up in it. And he made a beautiful film, but it's just not the most watchable movie for me. I love showing it to people for the first time because they're blown away that it was made in the, what was it, the early 70s, right? Late 60s?
2001 was 68, yeah.
Fucking wild. Yeah, it's a painting. It's sparse. It's not meant to be a super constantly engaging experience. It's meant to take you on a different kind of, it's like a museum, basically, is how I would describe watching that movie. It's like going through and just seeing all of these concepts brought to fruition by what might be the greatest cinematic mind of all time, with an unlimited fucking budget and unlimited clout in his back pocket. And, you know, he just blew doors. Even today, they, you know, you see these, like, they're starting, you know what I like? Horror is back, and I talked about this, and I wish I had an archive that I could search of my shit. I talked about this years ago. I was talking about how horror is coming back. Horror is on the up. And the reason that's good is because when horror is on the up, practical effects come back. And you know what? Practical effects magic is back, baby. A lot of practicality in a lot of these movies now.
Again, go into that substance.
Yep.
Not to spoil anything, but that makeup chair was used.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's as functionally practical as a movie can get.
Yeah.
And it's all in camera tricks. It's all practical makeup effects. It's all done practically. It is wonderful. And horror is not, I don't think horror is king yet. I still think that, like, the general public is fucking eyes wide shut on horror, bro. Not to use a Kubrick pun. I don't think it's quite where it, because you guys have to understand, I was born in the 80s, bro. The 80s were like, the 80s and early 90s, that was like the most fucking exciting time to be a horror nerd like me. I'm such a horror movie fan. Have been since I was a baby. And so it's like, yeah, you don't understand, man. It was just boom, boom, boom. And the studios were just throwing all this money at the horror shit. Inventing new characters, coming up with new concepts, going dark, going comedy, going fucking action, blending it all together. It was just this big horror milieu, right? And people got fed up with it. And they abandoned it basically for big budget action. The early 90s started to yield these big spectacle action films. It really started in the late 80s, honestly. 89, I think, was when Batman came out. The first Michael Keaton Batman. And that was just a big spectacle action film with elements of horror because people still expected that. And then it just started to switch. You started to get these horror movies that were more action than horror, like Darkman. And it was a transference, man. And action reigned supreme all through the fucking 90s, bro. And dude, it was wonderful. It was great. It was a great time to be a movie buff, a popcorn movie fan, you know. A lot of what people consider to be the greatest and biggest action stars of all time were in their prime during that time. You got Sly, you got Schwarzenegger, you got fucking what's his name? Fucking Die Hard guy, Bruce Willis. You know, they're all working. Dreamy, liminal, abstract horror has definitely been, oh yeah, dude. You ain't fucking kidding. And that's my favorite shit. I love that Lynch element. I love body horror. I love that dream logic, nightmare logic type of horror. So you want to know when I knew horror was back? You know what the first movie after 2010 to blow my mind was? That put it on the radar. Can you guys guess? Okay, this movie probably, I think this movie might have come out in 2011. It might be way later than that though. It might be like 2014, maybe 2013. Nah, it was before Hereditary. Nah, before Unfriended. Well, maybe right around the time of Unfriended. Unfriended was nice. It Follows, bro. 100%. That movie blew my dick in the dirt, bro. I was like, what? Dreamy, liminal, nightmare logic. Absolutely just fucking amazing all the way up until the end, which is kind of lame. I don't like the way they kill the monster, but whatever. They had to kill it some way. Coworker directed a horror film, The Drive Back film, won a couple festivals. Excited for him. The Drive Back, huh? I'll have to look into it. I like that. I like indie horror and shit.
Do you think you could even attempt the best movie of each year of your life?
Well, because I'm not good at nailing exactly what year, I'd have to look at a list. But I could do that, yeah. I've seen, I mean, you would honestly be leaving out a lot of what I consider to be the best movies. The 80s were not exactly what I would call the greatest decade for making enduring films. There were a few. I don't want to set aside. I mean, the fucking most of the Star Wars series happened in the 80s. I think it was 79, 78 when Star Wars 1 came out. That was mostly an 80s franchise, so there were enduring films made during the 80s, but it wasn't the best time, bro. That was the 60s and the 70s, in my opinion. And the 70s really started a massive, like, democratization of filmmaking, which was good and bad, right?
Yeah.
We'll go indie. I think I'm done, too.